If you're stressed out or struggling with an upcoming group case interview, follow this step-by-step guide to nail your group case interview and land that coveted consulting offer. I'm a former Bain manager and interviewer, and in this short and sweet guide to consulting group case interviews, we'll cover what is a group case interview, the 4 steps to solve any group case interview, and 5 tips to separate yourself from other candidates. So, what is a group case interview? Consulting group case interviews are a special variant of the traditional case interview. Like a case interview, you'll still be placed in a hypothetical business situation and asked to develop a recommendation or answer to a business problem. However, for consulting group case interviews, you'll be put in a group of 3 to 6 people who are also candidates that are interviewing for the same consulting job. The group will be given materials which contain the case background, objective, and other information needed to solve the case. You'll initially have some time to read the information independently, but will spend most of the time discussing the case and working together as a group. During these discussions, the interviewer will be observing and taking notes on each candidate. For some group case interviews, you'll also create a group presentation. As a group, you'll present your recommendation to the interviewer, who will ask follow-up questions on the work and findings. Here are the 4 steps to solve any group case interview. Step 1. Understand the problem. The first step to solving a consulting group case interview is to fully understand the problem or objective. What is the overall business question that the group is trying to answer? Answering or solving the wrong business problem is the quickest way to fail a group case interview. Step 2. Create a framework. Next, as a group, you'll want to create some kind of framework to help you solve the case. A framework is a tool that helps you structure and break down complex problems into simpler, smaller components. For group case interviews, your framework will help guide the group discussion. The framework collects and organizes all of the topics that the group needs to discuss and all of the questions the group needs to answer. Before we move on to the next step, please take a second to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our free consulting interview content. You'll also get some good luck and karma by helping support a small YouTube channel. Step 3. Answer quantitative and qualitative questions. Once your group has aligned on a framework to use, you can move on to the discussion. During the discussion, you will answer many of the questions that were raised in the framework that was created. Some of these questions will be qualitative, requiring only business knowledge and judgment to answer. Other questions may be more quantitative, requiring some calculations or estimations from the case information provided. It is up to the group what order they want to answer and discuss the questions. It is also up to the group whether they want to tackle these questions as an entire group or if they want to split up into smaller groups. Step 4. Develop a recommendation. Once you have finished discussing and answering all of the important questions, you need to align on an overall recommendation. To do this, review all of the answers and conclusions that the group has drawn. Identify which recommendation they collectively support. If the group case interview has a presentation component, you will also need to decide how to split up the presentation across the different members of the group. 5 tips to separate yourself from other candidates. Now that you know the 4 steps to solve any group case interview, how can you make sure that you stand out from other candidates? Follow these 5 critical tips below to significantly improve your group case interview performance. Tip number 1. Add value to the group. The best way to stand out and distinguish yourself in a group case interview is to focus on adding as much value as you can to the group. There are 6 different ways you can add value to the group. You can lead or facilitate the discussion, expand upon other people's ideas, synthesize different opinions, viewpoints, and information among group members, keep track of time for the group, play devil's advocate by testing the group's thinking and considering potential risks or downsides, and finally, take notes and keep track of what other people are saying. Tip number 2, treat your group members as teammates, not competition. While you may feel like you are competing against members of your group for a job offer, this is not the case. Multiple people or even all people in the group can receive job offers. Rather than treating your group members like competition and trying to make yourself look better than them, treat your group members as teammates. You should think about the group case interview as your team versus the case, not you versus your teammates. Tip number 3, speak the right amount. In a group case interview, you don't want to be speaking too much or too little. The problem with speaking too much during a group case interview is that you may be seen as too aggressive and controlling. Speaking too much reflects poorly on you because you are taking away opportunities from other teammates to speak and contribute. The problem with speaking too little during a group case interview is that you won't have many opportunities to demonstrate your interpersonal, teamwork, and presentation skills. Tip number 4, try to involve other people. An easy way to demonstrate that you are a great teammate is to involve other people. If you notice that someone has not spoken in a long time, ask them what their thoughts are on the discussion. If you notice that someone was cut off when speaking, ask them to finish their thoughts after the person interrupting them finishes what they are saying. All of these actions require minimal effort but add tremendous value to the group while making you look like a great teammate. And finally, tip number 5, you don't need to have your idea or recommendation chosen. Remember that multiple or even all people in your group can receive job offers. Therefore, you do not need to have your own ideas or recommendations chosen in order to land an offer. Fighting or pushing too hard for your own ideas and recommendations may actually harm you. It suggests that you are not open to other people's ideas and not willing to support your teammates. You now have everything you need to know to nail your group case interview. In addition to group case interviews, you should also be preparing for traditional case interviews and consulting behavioral and fit interviews. You will need to nail these interview questions in order to land that dream consulting offer. If you're struggling with case interviews, check out our comprehensive case interview course. Whether you have no business background, rusty math skills, or are short on time, this step-by-step course will transform you into a top 1% caser that lands multiple consulting offers. You can also check out our consulting behavioral interview course, where we'll teach you exactly how to answer over 98% of consulting behavioral and fit interview questions in just a few hours. Links to both of these resources, as well as other recommended resources, are listed in the video description below. Good luck!